This is Manchester Voices, a podcast run by students at the University of Manchester.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Manchester Voices podcast. Today we'll be talking about finding a home in Manchester. My name is Cher and today I'm here with
Eve,
Hassan,
and Afriyie.
Right, let's just dive into it. So the first question is, what were your expectations about moving to Manchester and what surprised you the most?
Who wants to go
Who wants
first?
to go? To be fair, okay, I can go first. Like, I low-key had a lot of expectations for Manchester just because, like, okay, it's known for this, like, party uni, it's like a big city. I came from York, so obviously like that's very different. So I'm like, okay, I want to get out of York, go into a bigger city, make new friends and a lot of that. But it actually ended up being, while my experience has been good, I have had like challenges along the way, like obviously everyone does and stuff. It's not as easy as everyone think it is. So,
Yeah.
My previous uni, I was in the countryside, so you could see not sheep, but I don't know, something that looks like sheep. I don't know what it is, but they're like these animals from
What
maybe.
uni did you go to?
Yeah, what uni?
Royal Holloway. So it was in
okay.
Not the collective.
Yeah. So for me, I was like, okay, I need to experience a city uni, even though I live in London, but I didn't, go to school in central London. So coming here, I was like, all right, cool. I already know what to expect, but it's kind of, I don't know what the word is, but it's like exceeded my expectations in the sense just thought surface level, big city, party, but it's actually a community type vibe. Like it's a big city, but a small city as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's so friendly, and I was suspicious first of all. Like, why are you guys so nice?
Yeah.
No, literally, when I was coming up to uni, my dad was like, Eve, like, you have to realise everyone's going to be so friendly. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
They're not like this
I
in
feel
London.
like northerners
Not
are.
at all.
Yeah, you Southerners, like, I don't know what's wrong with you,
Yeah.
man.
We keep walking.
Someone showed me where Arndale was. Like, they were walking me there. I was like, it's
Thanks.
okay. I'll take it
I
from
didn't
here.
do it.
Like,
I think we're like, oh my god, am I gonna get kidnapped?
I felt like I was going to be in a Law and Order. I was so scared.
I think, kind of similar to you guys, I think I just wanted to go to a big city because obviously from London, I was like, I kind of want something that's similar. But I also wanted to go up north, wanted to experience what life would be like up north and meet lots of different people, nicer people. And so I was just excited to go somewhere new. But I also kind of wanted that big city feel. So I knew it would be a big city and not just sheep.
I have a question just quickly for you guys from London. What's a big difference you've seen between London and Manchester?
I think, like you were saying, I think even though it is a big city, it kind of does feel kind of small in some sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone's quite kind of community based and it doesn't feel as big as kind of London. You feel like a massive, small fish in a massive pond.
Yeah,
Whereas I
definitely.
think this just feels a lot friendlier and it's a lot more, kind of people are a lot more down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd probably say the same thing. Mainly just people are a lot friendlier and that's like really it. People are so friendly, they're nice. The only worst possible change is the weather is worse here.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
I don't like the rain. I'm tired of it. Like, let's move on. But other than that, everything's great.
It's
It's
great.
just
It's so hard to have a
rain.
good outfit at uni.
I
It
know.
really
It's
is.
so hard. Even though that's not why we're here.
But like, it has to be a fashion show every day.
Yeah.
Or did you
Literally.
really go to uni?
I feel like
It's
Manchester
low-key.
people are very fashionable. Like,
Yeah.
I walk
Yeah.
down Oxford Road and there's like
Yeah.
No,
people's
same.
outfits,
Yeah.
It's
and I'm
actually
like,
like the fashion show. I'm
wow.
like,
I'll be
Yeah.
taking notes, every time I
Yeah,
step
like,
out.
Yeah.
Like,
But the thing is, loads of people shop at Hollister too. I am a victim of Hollister, so I'll see a jacket. I'm like, I know where that's from, and I'll
who
probably
you
go
are.
home and like figure it out and buy it as well.
No, it's a really like hippie city. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of fashion. And one thing I really like about Manchester is that I think there's a lot of development going on in Manchester. Like it's really becoming the new London,
yeah.
which means there's always something opening up. If you walk down Deansgate or Northern Quarter, there's always like a store or an activity with like a billboard saying coming soon, and it's just a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah, 100%. Out of curiosity, what made you guys choose? Because obviously you're from London, so like you did your undergrad in like the middle of nowhere, basically. So what made you want to go from London to like the middle of nowhere?
So
And then like with your like medieval interpretation of Manchester, what still made you like what convinced yourself, like how did you convince yourself to come to Manchester?
Basically, mine wasn't like anything other than the fact I wanted to do drama and film. So I Googled different universities that do drama and film, and Manchester was the first university to pop up. So I was like, well, let me look at the course content. And I saw that you could also study abroad. So I was like, this sounds fun. And I didn't really put in my mind anything about like how the city would look, because I knew I was going to come and visit before I applied.
Yeah, that's true.
So then as soon as I visited, I was like, oh yeah, like this is a proper city, especially because I went to Warwick University as well. And that was Emmerdale, if you ask me.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Emmerdale. And I think it was like a 40-minute bus journey to get to like the city centre. And I was like, no, Manchester is on top for me.
100%.
What about you?
Yeah, I think for me, so I actually have a lot of my family who live in Manchester because my mum's
that's
family
so
are from
nice.
Manchester. I've been trying to get to Manchester for a long time.
Really?
So like, I tried to do my placement year in Manchester, and I ended up getting an offer, but I decided to choose one in London because it just worked out better for me. But I was like, all right, now's not the right time. And then when it came to masters, I was like, I know where I want to go. It was my first choice. If I had got rejected, then I would have applied elsewhere.
Yeah.
But I didn't. And
Yay.
I think it's just good to like spend time with family. Even though I live out, it's like nice to see the family that you normally see once a year,
Yeah.
once
Yeah.
a month at least.
Yeah. Oh, that's
That's
nice.
really nice. Yeah.
Quite, yeah.
But I feel like I just wanted someone that was different. It was also, I guess, nice to kind of think that I'd be someone that was actually kind of far away from home.
Yeah.
It would be a definite change rather than, because a lot of my friends went to Bristol. And I think, particularly where I'm from,
Same.
loads
A
of
lot
people I know that went to Bristol.
Yeah.
And obviously it's just a very different vibe there, let's say.
No
So I
comment.
wanted to go to Manchester, and that's why I chose that over Bristol.
And how are you guys dealing with, like, obviously you have your home friends and you'll go to different unis, so how are you like managing that, and how
I think it's made me put way more effort in to making new friends. Even though I did do that in my undergrad as well. A lot of people from your secondary or your area, you'd know someone who'd go to your undergrad, so it was easier to make friends through friends. But here, I think I've learned a new skill to just completely go in blind and just speak to random people. Like, I've been going to, I think Manchester are very good with like networking events as well.
Yeah.
The way you can show up by yourself, you will not be judged at all. So I think going to a few of these or just studying in a random coffee shop as well helps.
yeah.
Because someone, like we were saying earlier, Northerners are much nicer.
Yeah,
They will
exactly.
speak to you, and next thing you know,
Yeah.
you have them on LinkedIn. Or if you're lucky, you guys have each other's socials. But
Yeah.
So I think that's something that I found coming here. It's just been very social and easy.
I feel like similarly, I had to step outside of my comfort zone more, and I study drama and film. So as much as you guys might think it's easy to be like outgoing, I still get nervous sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, which is
That kinda
crazy.
Really didn't see it.
Guys, it's called acting.
It's
Favorite.
acting. I'm like method acting all the time. But I feel like that made me realize if I'm in like a new city alone, I don't know anybody, you definitely have to step outside of your comfort zone.
100%.
Like you said, networking. I went to a lot of society events by myself, like
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And I realized I actually like my own company, and I like going places by myself
Yeah.
to meet people, but I also like having the option of being by myself. Like if I don't really want to hang out with somebody or like spend time and I want to do like a me day, I can still do that.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's kind of weird for me because actually a lot of people that I know came up to Manchester.
Oh no.
I know. Trying to escape, but not so lucky. Include like one of like some girl who I've been to primary school, secondary school, like everything with has come up, and like loads of, like, and other people that I just know. So it's kind of, but I've enjoyed, like, obviously we're still friends and close, but it's been nice to try and like move away from that, and as you've said, like try and make new friends. I think that's very important, that you need to try and like focus on making new friends, because you're always going to have like the people from home, and you can always, if I'm ever like, oh, don't have anyone to go out with, I can always say, hey, like come out with
them
me,
your second option, I see.
please.
Going back to like the topic of like your own company, because I feel like obviously when you come into uni, you're freshly 18, or if you're a master's going to a new city, like it's kind of scary being by yourself. So like, what's like everyone's like favorite like thing to do by themselves? Like, what's your like not dream solo date, but like what when you have nothing to do and there's no one to hang out with? Like, what do you do?
I go to Arndale.
What is that to see in
Guys,
Arndale?
It's not that big.
It's not that bad. Like, I'm not here for the Arndale hate. It's propaganda.
No, but it's not that big. What do you do in Arndale?
Basically, I window shop, so I have my stores down. First of all, I go and get a matcha from Blank Street. Okay? And you know, whoa, guys.
Wait, what's the order first? I need to know this.
You know what? I like to mix and match. It depends on my mood. Sometimes it's a blueberry matcha. Sometimes white chocolate, sometimes daydream. But when they have their new menu, best believe I try every item on the new drinks menu. And you know, because Blank Street is popular, that will take like 15 to 20 minutes already. So that's a little bit of my time done. Then, you know, I go to Urban. After Urban, I go into Arndale properly. Oh, maybe I go H&M. That depends on my mood. Then I go to actual Arndale. Sometimes I look in Build-A-Bear for, you know, to heal my inner child.
Just why not?
Yeah, why not? I love Build-A-Bear. Then we go up to Hollister. I look through. Will I buy something? Probably. Yes. Then, of course, I have to go to Waterstones.
Oh,
So, you
I
know,
love Waterstones.
It's like my safe space. I love Waterstones. And then I, like, pick out what books I've read already. And I'm like, yeah. Sometimes I even
so
like,
great.
yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I've read this.
Wow.
I was ahead of you guys anyway. Sometimes I even like flick through pages that I read and like find scenes that I loved. So that can take like half.
there, like-
Yeah.
And I remember I was there on Sunday and I reread a scene and I was nearly crying in Waterstones. Like, I can spend like at least half an hour to an hour there. So that knocks some time out. Then maybe I'll just, what other shops are there? That's really it though. Hollister and
That's
Waterstones.
That's what I mean.
And
And
then-
you go there
That's
every
what I'm
time.
No,
Yeah,
not
that's
every time. And then I walk. So then I walk from Arndale to, you know, the same Lidl near our, like,
Like on Piccadilly, the
Yeah.
bus station.
no, after that. You know, near like, is it like Rush Home and stuff like that?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
you go to-
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, so I
yeah.
walk back there. So that's an extra like 45 minutes.
That's quite
You
a
walk
trek,
from
to be
town?
fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just for steps, because you know I've
Why
got
not?
nothing better to do.
Double
Yeah.
that
If it's a me
10,000.
day. Exactly. If it's a me day, so I do that, and then that's it. So that's like an easy me day. Probably have spent a bit of money, but money comes and goes,
No,
guys.
literally, I
It's a
can't
me day.
do anything without spending money. I like
No,
I step out, I'm
literally.
like, and I breathe, and I'm like,
I
oh,
know,
£10.
literally.
And I'm like, but I did get a matcha, so does it
So-
cancel itself out? Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
my me day.
Right.
Or I go for a walk in general.
Yeah.
That's a lot more fun than mine. Mine is just the gym.
Oh,
Like the
fair.
gym
That's
is like,
good.
That's still good.
even though I'll go even if I have a busy day. But if I have an empty day, I'll do the gym.
Gym
Because
takes a long time.
It
you know?
does.
It takes like
So-
hours.
It actually does.
It's
You know?
really like
Going
3
between sets and then like changing the weights and everything.
Yeah.
It actually
Yeah.
takes a long time.
Or when you see people on the equipment you use, I just like, why are you there?
Do you hate
You
me?
have to like
Yeah.
wait around.
Yeah, especially on the Stairmaster, because there's all like 2, 3, and then I'm just like, hurry up.
I don't go to that section.
No,
I don't go near
that's
that
not
section.
Strictly free weights.
Yeah, no, I don't go near that
No
section.
cardio after weights.
No, cardio is fair, but I don't attempt the Stairmaster.
Fairs.
I value my life. I value
It's too
free
humbling.
will is a thing.
Yeah.
If I can choose not to do it, I won't. But I commend people who do it. Like
Thank
it's
you.
I'll take that.
yeah, I really rate it. But other than the gym, it'd probably be like I mentioned earlier, going to coffee like spots and just studying by myself or editing content or doing something productive just outside my room because I enjoy my own time, but I
Yeah.
don't want to stay in my room all the time.
Yeah.
And I like that. Maybe if I don't want to speak to people, but I like being around people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get
what
it.
you mean,
That's
yeah.
so true. So
Yeah,
real.
and having like you mentioned, a matcha or an iced drink or a latte or a hot chocolate, anything. I
Hot
will
chocolate's
find an
nice.
excuse for anything. The minute it was October, oh, pumpkin
Yeah.
spice,
Pumpkin
anything, man. It was an excuse, and now it's probably hot chocolate. I don't know, but
Yeah.
yeah,
good.
that's probably my ideal version
Yeah.
of me time. What about you guys?
I think probably I quite liked bathing and cooking, and I always
Oh.
like put Netflix on and
Okay,
then just
Cher.
watch that and then do that. But I quite like that. Also sweet treats. I
Real.
eat a million sweet treats, so I feel like I like walking as well and listening to music. Probably just doing something. Yeah, just being by myself, doing nothing or watching TV. Like, it's always the same shows.
What's your show?
Ultra basic. I've rewatched Friends about 10 million times.
Oh.
Brooklyn
I've never seen
Nine-Nine.
I can't say anything. I've never seen.
Girl.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I've
It's
Really?
all that
I've
I
never
watch.
seen
It's so
Friends.
bad. It's so
Or Brooklyn
bad.
Nine-Nine.
All the
I've
basic
never seen
ones.
Fairs.
Oh,
I've never
yeah.
seen.
What?
I've seen Friends.
No.
Okay. What about
How I
you?
Met Your Mother?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've watched that. Yes.
Wait, what do you bake? I want to know. Are you going to bake something for us?
Oh yeah, I think you
I
should.
always liked massive chocolate fan. I liked cookies, brownies, cakes. I always try and make my dad's birthday cake because he loves Victoria's sponge, but the amount of times the top of the cake just slides off because I've done.
What's your
And I'm like, Dad, sorry.
Oh.
I
Sorry.
think you get an A star for effort. isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's
that's
what I was
what
gonna
I
say.
I literally had to put it in the fridge and it was lopsided. I was like, oh no, happy birthday.
It probably tastes really good.
Yeah, that's what I always say, but
Presentation wise.
yes, not so much.
What about you? What do you do?
Pretty similar. I love going to cafes because I feel like Manchester's cafe scene is so good. Like there's so
100%.
many
Yeah.
It's
Northern
so
Quarter.
good.
There's some in Spinningfields, Deansgate. So you can really either want super city vibes if you're in Deansgate or Spinningfields, or more quirky, kind of homey feel, cozy in Northern Quarter. I love going for brunch. I would say to set aside time
brunch.
for journaling because sometimes uni can be a lot, so you kind of need to step back and really just get in touch with your emotions.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, going to the gym, being active, yoga, Pilates.
Very zen.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
recharging yourself.
Yeah,
basically,
exactly.
right? That's all it is.
Yeah.
I also do movie days. I forgot to add that.
Movie days.
Yeah, I'll just find a list. I'm going through the top 10 scariest horror movies of all time list at the moment.
Whoa.
But I do watch those at night for extra scare.
That's my worst
So
nightmare.
imagine
Oh
my
God.
little day out, and then I'll come home, make dinner.
And then you scare yourself.
Yeah, then
See, why
but
would you
once it hits 1
voluntarily,
a.m.
what?
Once it hits 1 a.m. So it has to be after 12 max
I agree
minimum.
with that.
What?
And then I switch
I
off the
agree with
lights and I sit in my darkness, and then horror movie time.
Guys.
You have
I
to
think
have the
that-
full experience.
Exactly.
You can't watch a
You
horror
don't
movie
get
at
scared afterwards.
1 p.m.
Yeah,
I really
but
get
sleep.
into my head.
Everything,
No,
same.
yeah,
If you watch a
Oh my
horror
gosh.
movie, like you said, at 1 p.m., did you actually watch a horror movie?
yeah.
Why would you watch
No.
horror movie?
It doesn't feel the same. It needs to be at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, but a good horror film should scare you at any time of the day.
Okay, yeah,
Oh.
that's
Really?
okay.
Like-
you ate
Fair.
with that one.
Fair.
Do you remember your first night in halls, and how did it feel?
Oh, okay. So I think the minute my family left and I packed everything, and I heard people in the kitchen, as much as I felt safe, okay, I know there's people my age, I kind of felt really scared.
Yeah.
I can't explain it because it was I'm living with strangers that I've never lived with before.
Yeah.
I've never lived with anyone other than my family. And so, I don't know, I think it really sunk in when I was laying in bed on my phone and the silence is really loud. Unless something's playing from my phone.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was I felt a bit alone, but then at the same time, I didn't feel alone because, like I said, I felt like I was living with people.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a really trippy feeling. I
Yeah.
don't know about you guys.
I'm the same. I was so buzzed to go to uni. My parents dropped me off. I sorted my room out. When it came to the evening, had my dinner. I was in my room. I was like, okay, what now?
Yeah,
no,
now
literally.
It's so silent. I'm make sure I need to lock my door. Make sure I'm safe. But I know I'm safe. But I feel I had a little bit of anxiety just because first time living alone. and
Yeah,
stuff.
and I obviously maybe you'd bump into the people you're living with while you're moving in with them. So I bumped into a few of them. They seemed normal. It's just the fact that I didn't know them. So that's what makes you a bit apprehensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess for me, we, obviously it had taken a while to drive up, and then it was just weird, I remember, looking out the window, the typical, film, looked out the window, saw my parents and my brother walk away, I was like, no! And then I walked into the kitchen, and then someone was like, oh yeah, one of the boys in our flat is, hosting a massive party tonight. I was like, guys, I don't even know, but it was actually really fun, but that was, I feel maybe a not so typical first night out, so we had that party and then went
No,
out
I
clubbing
love that,
and I
though.
came back
Cute.
home and I was like, okay,
Besties.
fine. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it was nice actually, but it was just weird to that was my first experience of moving in and stuff. And
Yeah. I think that's good. I feel when people think of uni, that's
That-
what happens.
yeah,
You
that's-
move
you got
in
the
and then
uni
you go,
experience
yeah,
straight away.
Straight away. But yeah, what about you?
I don't think it really like registered when like my mum had left. I think for the first week I was on a high. I was like, yes, I'm at uni. I'm adulting.
Yeah,
it wasn't
I think the
really.
same
I was
thing.
cosplaying as an adult, right? But then it was like a week in. I was like, wait. It really sunk in. I was like, wait, I'm here alone in a new city, 4 hours away from home. Like, let's just deep that. And it was then that it set in. So for the first week, I was living my best life. After that, I was like, uni.
Yeah, it's like you're not actually going back home.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I think it helps because I'm very close to my mum. So I spoke to her like 4 times a day already. And I had like my aunt calling like
God.
every day, multiple times, just
That's
to make
crazy.
sure I was okay.
Yeah.
So I think that helped prolong the fact that I was really here, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I feel like I still didn't feel like, even after freshers and like everything, like even, I mean, when you get to lectures, I was like, okay, like I'm actually here for uni. Like I'd kind of forgotten that there was actually learning to it as well, rather than just like, I so focused on like
Just
meeting
socialisation.
people and doing all of that. But I feel like even still after a week, like I still like just thought, I can't believe I'm actually at uni. Like you've thought about, I don't know, like for me, I've thought about it for so long and it's always been like this massive goal, and then to actually be there and be living that is just like crazy. And you hear like everyone's perspective on what their uni days were like adults sort of being like, oh yeah, it was like the best time of my life, and I was like, oh my god, like
No
there's all these,
pressure.
I know, yeah, okay, I'll have the best time of my life then.
So if we bring it to Manchester, this question, when did it feel like for you guys that it wasn't away from home? Like this was home?
I think as soon as my room was fully set up, because I like my own space, and as long as my room's cozy, I was like really happy. So as soon as my room was fully decorated, I had everything moved in, I was like, yeah, this is for me.
Yeah, I agree with that, because it's like your own space, right?
Yeah,
It's,
exactly.
It's like when like animals, like pets, they make a nest or something, right? Like that's like kind of what we do,
like,
right?
yeah,
I
kinda-
see that.
We
Yeah.
make our own space. We put our own blankets. We have our scents on our clothes. Like you could say, like we have things from our family. So
Yeah.
I think doing things like that can help make something feel like home.
Yeah.
For me, it was like actually going back to York and then coming back, or like going back to York and realizing, wait, like I actually don't feel like I fit in here anymore. Like I feel like I've outgrown my home city,
Yeah.
and like realize, okay, I have a lot more stuff aligned with Manchester. Like that's where I want to be. Like I love the people there, the things that I can do there, and just the general environment. So yeah.
I feel like now this is going to sound like a really road answer, but I still feel a bit like, I don't know, I just don't, like, obviously Manchester's really great, but I do really like being at home, and obviously so I still feel like sometimes, obviously it took me a lot longer than everyone else, like it was way past when I sorted all my room stuff out that I felt like that, I don't know, Manchester was home, and I still, like, even now, I still feel a bit like, I don't know, just that it doesn't really, I don't know, but then it's kind of weird because it's like, this doesn't fully feel like home, but now back, like you're saying, back home doesn't really feel like home. So it's kind of a bit of a
Do you do
lot going on.
anything here to help feel like, as in like calling home? Does that help?
Yeah, I think I still just feel that it's just such a difference to, like, my life here feels so different to my life back home. I remember when I was speaking to one of my friends, and we were saying that from I guess September to December, it's kind of feel like a mini holiday. And like when I came back home, I was like, oh, that was great. And like kind of was like, oh, I'm not actually going back in January. Like I was like, oh, that was like a really fun 3 months. Like what a great time. And then I was like, oh, back in like it just felt a bit weird coming back. But I do love it here. But I just still just don't fully feel, I guess, at home here.
It's a weird one because especially if you come from a completely different city, it's
Yeah.
like polar opposites, because
Yeah.
when you're there, it's not the same anymore
Yeah.
either compared
No,
to before you
exactly.
left.
Yeah.
So it's like, where do you fit in if that's the
Yeah.
case? But I think it's just all about, I hate to be that guy, but about energy, you know? I think it's all about energy and
Yeah.
just trying to find the right energy in the right spot and how you can, you know, like change it, or like, I don't actually know what I'm saying, but it's what I'm trying to say is doing stuff or like calling home, and for me personally anyway, I can try and shift my energy.
Yeah,
from
no, I
home.
know what you mean.
I think it takes a long time.
yeah,
but-
yeah.
And other people do it quickly. Some people take more time. I used to be really bad at it. I would never fit in. Like I would always miss home
Yeah.
in my undergrad. And now I think because I've lived out quite a few times, it's not easier, but I know my tactics.
Yeah.
Like, I know what makes me tick and how
Yeah.
to, adjust to a new place and try and shift that energy from home to here.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because it wasn't even like I wanted to live back at home. It was just like I miss, like, I don't know, knowing like just the
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess the community that I had back at home, which was kind of weird. But I don't know. But I love Manchester, and I'm really glad that I came here. But it's just interesting because it feels like it's basically a different life since coming to uni than I had before. Like it feels so separate.
And that's so normal. Like, I feel like, especially because you're still in second year, right?
Yeah.
I think it is a process, and it's like, I don't know, maybe you'll never find Manchester at home, and maybe it's another city, and that's
Yeah.
completely fine. Like, there'll be people at uni who don't feel like Manchester's their home, and like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's normal. So
Yeah, I definitely think it is normal for, especially like I said before in my undergrad. I think a lot of people feel this as well, and they relate to it. And I think one thing I learnt before coming here, that I learnt in my undergrad, was everyone's timeline is different. So I always used to compare my timeline, like, oh, people are adjusting more, people are maybe making friends more, or they're more locked in than I am. But we all have different rates, and
Yeah.
we do things differently at our own time, and that has to happen for a reason, because we're all
of course.
different
Yeah,
human
exactly.
beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's one thing that's like moving into university that made you like really learn something about yourself, like just general, like being an adult?
I think moving in, it made me realise I'm more confident and self-sufficient than I thought. I think being at home and stuff, I'm not like lazy, but if I have like my mum to do everything for me, I kind of let her do everything for me. Or even like say when I would go to like a doctor's appointment, I'll get her to speak for me because she's right there. But now being here, I have to do more things for myself. And it made me like, yeah, Afriyie, you actually can do things for yourself. I realised I'm pretty good at using Google Maps too. Because first year, me and Google Maps, that was actually my best friend.
Yeah.
I was like searching, just to get to lectures, I'd get lost. And I realised I'm actually not that bad with using Google Maps. And I think also I realised how to actually like live with people. Like I live with my mum and that's great, love her. But she's raised me, so we kind of have like the same like way of living. But when you live with like other people who you've never met before, you kind of realise that not everyone has the same expectations or the same levels and like the same standards as you.
Yeah.
I can
You
talk
look
from
traumatized.
I was just gonna
he's getting war flashbacks right now.
I was gonna build on that and just say I learnt patience, like because in first year you live with, well, most people live with people you don't know. You get allocated, and I think it's a good thing to learn patience as well. Like I'm honest about it. I didn't have such a high tolerance, but I think coming to uni and living with others teaches you a lot of skills, and you learn that your approach isn't always the main approach to things. You have to take others into consideration, and this is something that I've learned for myself. And I guess it's about being adaptable. So I've learned how to be adaptable with different types of people, and you can use those skills for anything, really.
Yeah, I think it was when I came to uni, I realised that like every single, I mean, it's kind of obvious, but like every single aspect of my life had changed. Like the way you get taught having to do like everything for yourself. Whereas when I was at home, like I'd like to think that I'm quite like independent and I like doing things for myself, but it was the fact that now it wasn't a choice. It was something that you had to do, which I did quite like because I like being independent, but it was kind of a bit of like there's everything's on me, I'm so in charge of my own life, which was kind of difficult, but I think it did, as you said, like teach you a lot about yourself. And then I agree with the thing about like when you're living with new people, like you kind of have to adapt. I think also it's kind of makes you like reflect on like yourself as a person. Like I was like, oh, like I kind of like this, or I don't know. I think it was just very like eye-opening in some ways.
Yeah, definitely. You learn your own habits.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
it points it out.
Yeah, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh.
And you also learn others and like how to like deal and manage with others.
Yeah.
I can say with full chest that I'm so glad I have my own bathroom, because sharing a kitchen isn't the funnest in my personal opinion. But the idea of having to share a bathroom too, when I've seen how some of them get in the kitchen,
Have you ever shared a bathroom before?
no,
Okay.
other than at home.
So I have once, and then I went back to having my own bathroom
Oh,
because
no.
I back this. But I think like you said, it's just personal preference. And
Yeah.
for me personally, I do prefer to have my own bathroom, and that's after I've experienced also sharing a bathroom.
Yeah.
But the kitchen, I think I kind of find fun if you're living with people you know, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you get along with your housemates.
That's the
Because
caveat.
I would
Yeah.
like, you know how you said you like to bake, right?
Yeah.
One of my housemates was the same. And
Yeah.
so, you know, I'd come home and you'd smell something in the kitchen. And because you're close, you can go
Hey,
and
can
be
I have
like,
one?
yeah, what are you doing? Or you'll just see people studying in the kitchen. So
Yeah.
I think the kitchen, it just depends on how close you are
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the
I
people
feel
you
like
live
not
with.
even about closeness as well. I think it's also about cleanliness.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you can be close to a person, but if the kitchen's dirty, because I know my personal opinion and like my own experience, when the kitchen is a mess, I don't want to cook. Like, I don't want to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
in there. I don't want to
100%.
touch anything. So as much as I like you, I
Start
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's why it's like good to like establish like boundaries and expectations at the start
Yeah.
if you're like living with people you don't know or like your friends, because obviously I feel like when you're living with your friends and that turn out to be a bit messy, I think it's a bit, you're kind of walking on eggshells a bit more because you don't want to hurt their
Yeah.
feelings,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Oh,
you
and,
need to be like you want it to be clean.
and to add to that, guys, just know that don't be like making promises to like live with people in second year just after you've met them. Like 3 weeks down the line,
100%.
I've seen people be like, I'm gonna live with you guys in second year, but you've just met them.
Yeah, I think there's this
Wait for the
inherent
true
fear,
colours,
like
yeah.
that
Yeah.
first years have like, okay, it's September, I need to get a house
Yeah.
by next month. The second
like,
No.
you don't.
Absolutely not.
You
Yeah.
don't learn these people, know them. Because what if
Yeah.
you fall out? No offense. Like, what if
Yeah.
you fall out? Not to be that person, but what if you fall out, but you also don't know their living habits?
Yeah.
So I think you have to get to know them first. Because imagine if you move in with someone
and it's
who-
a 12-month contract, babes.
that's like you're held hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And imagine if you guys had a falling out, but you're living together, and then you're seeing,
I think
that
it's
sounds like a
it's
nightmare.
a sticky one, isn't it? Because like you don't know, and I think this is where you just have to. This is where uni teaches you a lot of stuff. So obviously, if you can avoid living with people you don't know and you don't think are fit for you, do. But you do learn a lot at uni. I've learned so much at uni, and this is just stuff that builds on character, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like also, even if you do, like, no matter how much you know people, like, you'll never, like, in being friends with someone, you'll never actually know what it's like to live with them. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a different, like, even if you're really the close friends with them, see them all the time, it's so different living with them. So I feel like even if you are living with people who you're super close to, like, it's still, like, a new experience. You're still learning things. Like, it's still something that's different. So I think it's interesting, like, uni's quite unique for that there'll never really be, as people say, like, a time in your life where that's the kind of situation that you're in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't jump. Just
Yeah,
don't
just
jump the gun,
don't jump.
please.
So do you guys have like any tips on like choosing like not the perfect like housemate, but like how first years can like really pick up, I don't know, who they should
Observe
like obviously
them.
it's yeah.
Observe them. Pay attention to every little detail. No, I'm joking.
Go to their flat. See what their flat
yes,
looks like, and
yes.
go to their room. I feel like that can tell you
True.
a lot.
I think you just need to see like if you're on the same wavelength with a lot of stuff. Like if like certain cleaning habits, like if you're gonna say, okay, I normally clean up once a week, or I do my laundry, this and that. If they're on a similar vibe, like if they do the same stuff, then you kind of know you're somewhat similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone's like, you know, I get takeout every day, which is fine, by the way. But it's like, you know that they leave it around in their room and they're not very attentive to
Yeah.
like cleanliness.
Yeah.
These are little signs that maybe you can try and pick up on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's just like if they're aligned to like your
Yeah, I
lifestyle
think
and
that's
values.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you just kind of have to, as I said, I think you'll never like fully know, but I think just it's important that you really get on with the people. I feel like also like in some ways like it's kind of difficult, I guess, if you live with, I don't know, I feel like people have seen it both ways, but like living with your course mates, it's like, because you'll see them all the time, like literally all the time. And I feel like obviously it can work for some people, but I feel like I know a lot of people who've really enjoyed living with people who are on completely different courses to them and kind of having that mix of like, we don't have to be together all the time, but we can kind of come back from uni and then, you know, it's nice to just all be friends.
I think
all
that'd be
together.
nicer.
Yeah.
Because you always have something to talk about then.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you see them every day and you see them on your course, well,
Yeah, you're not things to talk about.
yeah, but at the end of the day, if you guys all come together, hey, how was like your lecture today? I think that'd be cute.
Yeah.
If you could give one piece of advice to yourself, like applying to Manchester, what would it be?
I think maybe just be a bit more confident, like just, you know, like be more sure of yourself and more confident, because it will all pay off and it will all turn out well and stuff, but just have that faith in yourself and believe that you can do it and it will all work out.
Yeah, 100%.
Just put yourself out there. Like, I learnt this saying once, I think it was in drama, say yes, panic later. So if there's
I
like
feel that.
in like retro respect, not if it's like dangerous or anything, but if it's like something that you do think you could benefit from, or like, yeah, if you could benefit from it, whatever that be, socially, financially, just experience wise, say yes. Don't think about it too much, and then after you've said yes, you know that's a commitment, and then you can semi overthink it after.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't know. I'd say, like, yeah, have confidence in yourself. Like, even if you have, like, Manchester as your top and you don't get it, it's fine, because that means, like, it just wasn't for you. Like, wherever you go is, like, where you're supposed to be.
Everything
So,
works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think, for me, I would tell myself, don't let the big city overwhelm you. So Manchester can come across as a big city, but we were saying earlier, it's a community. And as long as you've come here, you make a routine, you know your coffee shop, you know your lecture, you know your hangout spots, you know your gym routine, it can all feel less overwhelming. So
Yeah.
don't overthink it before you come here, because it's a big city, but it's also got big hearts.
Yeah.
that's cute.
That's a cute little way to end the
Should put on like a
podcast.
slogan
Yeah.
for Manchester. Big city, big hearts.
But yeah, I think that's everything we have for today. This is the Manchester Voices podcast. Thank you for listening. I'm Cher.
I'm Eve.
Hassan.
And I'm Afriyie.
And thank you. See you later.
Yay.
If you've got a topic you want us to discuss, drop us a message on Instagram at officialuom and mention Manchester Voices. Our jingle was created by student Maisie Illul.